Hey guys, I got a different kind of video for you today. So these are some challenge mode times that I didn't quite think deserved their own videos, but still had pretty interesting strategies nonetheless that I wanted to add commentary over. So the first one we have here is Easy Mode Cloud's King's Revenge. The strategy here is to set up a quick orb with Tor after he breaks by using his level 1 special and have a Orb Master Axe active on Morag. I get extra party meter by using Corvin's arts against him as well. And we use Elma to do 1 hit of damage, or 2 hits of damage to the orb, and use Patroka there in order to set myself up for the next round. So Sever is Wind Element, and Ken has a weakness to wind, so if you have Patroka active, he's going to do a lot of additional damage in this chain attack, which is exactly what we needed to do as much damage here as possible. I have Fiora in the fight off, and that's going to give me a time of 37 seconds after the end of it. This was a really solid time. I don't really think there's much improvement potential now. I tried a different strategy and was only able to basically tie this time. So yeah, that's King Ken on easy, 25 million HP in 37 seconds. Next up here we have Poison to Paradise on easy. So for this strategy we'll want to break him as quickly as possible with Rex's break art here actually, and we want to have Zeke topple him as soon as possible. I set up the party meter thanks to Crystal Earrings on Rex, and we get into the chain attack about as fast as you ever can on any mission. I use Sever because his level 1 is really fast. Cutie Pie has a really fast special as well as doing a lot of damage thanks to the way I have her set up, and add an inactive to hit the elemental weakness. And then we have Elma finish it off, another very quick special, and I can pause the timer at 19 seconds and finish him probably about as fast as you ever can. I don't really know if there's any improvement potential on this. This seems almost perfect. So I'm very happy with this time, to say the least. Very happy that Elma's so good in chain attacks. And speaking of Elma, we're also going to do Elma Redux on easy here. So the strategy here is to break as soon as possible, because she's going to instantly want a Ghost Factory. So our goal here is to get our party meter up before her Ghost aggro us, because the Ghost will seal our party meter. So I set up a very quick orb to have an Orb Master Blade active on Rex. And I position myself behind her and the Ghost for the next phase. I use Elma special because once again it's really fast. I use Patroka because I want to hit elemental weaknesses and I want her active the entire time. Plus I need her only on 1 blade. So my combination of specials here is actually using Cutie Pie's underappreciated little sister here, Poppy Cutie, because she has a faster level 2. And with the way I have the damage set up, she does just enough damage that I need, and I have Cosmos in the fight, and by doing that, the chain attack will end instantly after finishing, and I'm able to get 33 seconds here. Once again, as far as I can see, there's not really that much room for improvement here. You're forced to use Tora because he has to be the one who breaks, and you need Light Element to really hit the weaknesses, and you need AoE to kill all the Elma ghosts. All in all, this was a really solid time, and I'm really proud of it. Now, technically, this challenge also has an otherworldly fighter, but that challenge disappears as soon as you beat Elma the first time, so there's no way to actually have a record on that one. So now we have Fiercest Faction on normal mode, I believe. So this is a very new strategy that takes some inspiration from the Bringer of Chaos strategy. What we want to do here is topple Orion as soon as possible so he can't use his evasion aura. And then he's going to get launched here so he continuously cannot use his evasion aura, and I'm able to kill him before he ever gets the ability to use that. Having added inactive and having him toppled and launched allowed me to do the extra damage on Universe Filter I needed to kill him before the 20-second mark, which was the record for so long. And that 19 seconds is going to be very hard to beat at this point. So here's the same mission again, but this time on easy mode. The previous record on easy was 19 seconds, so I decided it should be pretty easy to get faster than that, obviously. So once again, Orion gets toppled, and after that, he basically can't do anything. This time we just kill him on a few arts once he gets toppled here, and that enrage doesn't really matter, besides enraging the wind element. And Remington is so weak, he just dies from the AoE, so it's not really a big deal if he gets toppled or not. He has a lot less HP. So now this challenge is Dino Drama on normal mode. This time also takes inspiration from the Bringer of Chaos time here, which I also will be showing off pretty soon, where you purposely leave the Sorrows alive and don't chain attack him like the other strategy. Instead, what we do is set up a damage over time effect with Elma's level 3 here. We want to wait till phase 2 spawns so our level 3 can AoE everything down. So we get 2 smashes out of it before that, and once the new enemy spawn, we're safe to use level 3 here. So we AoE kill everything thanks to Dagus being active, and we set up a pretty nice damage over time effect on the Soros as well. So now in this phase, we want to use our agility and everything to avoid attacks from the mammoths and try to kill these guys as fast as possible. I'm a little sloppy here getting my universe flicker spam started because I wanted to get rid of the Oompa as fast as possible so I don't get shackled. And once they all die, phase 4 is going to spawn. And what we want to do in phase 4 is once again use Elma's level 3 as AoE to kill all the Terrexes here. I have a different strategy for this on easy mode, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work on normal because you really need the extra agility for the mammoths. Now sadly the Soros dies before phase 5, so I'm going to lose a little bit of time to that, because if he doesn't die before phase 5, you can actually save a little bit of time by having him be the last enemy to die. But I didn't really feel like redoing it. This was just something quick I did, and it was still a pretty nice time to get here. So the last enemy here is this Livalupa on phase 5. Able to kill it really quickly, and we get a time of 1:21, which is a new record. Definitely think there's a little bit of room for improvement here, so I'll probably try to do that in the future. I wanted to try to get all the records for now, though. So next up we have a familiar challenge. This is Reinventing the Gogol on easy mode. Now in most cases it's very similar to the normal mode times. This definitely wasn't worthy of its own video. We're still using Corvin to try to kill these enemies as fast as possible, just they have even less HP now, only about half of what they had before. So we're able to kill them even faster now. Phase 1 can end in a single art, Phase 2 can also end in a single art, I believe. Let me just make sure of that before I spread misinformation. Yeah, so you can see they're getting wrecked quite a bit easier now. In Phase 3, I think we want to do 2 arts this time around, and same with Phase 4. Phase 4 might require 3 arts, though I don't quite remember here. But regardless, we're definitely saving a lot of time over normal mode just because of the lack of HP the enemy has. And this is going to apply to Carlos in Phase 5 as well, because the chain attack is going to be much easier to pull off since he only has about 19 million HP instead of 38 million. So here I'm trying to kill the Rogals, and it looks like my strategy here was actually to use Corvin's level 1 here to kill them as fast as possible. Which seems like a pretty good idea now that I think about it. He doesn't have much attacks to offer to make you evade a lot, so you can't spam Corvin's arc quite as much. So we got to Carlos at 107, and now we just gotta chain attack him and kill him as fast as possible. So as you might imagine, the strategy to set up the orb here is very similar to what I do before. Just try to get the Common Blade ready on who I need it on. And it looks like that was actually accomplished in the last phase by using that light combo to get it active on Morak, because it's an electric Common Blade, so that actually makes a lot of sense why I use the special now. I had to. So we set up the orb, and we're going to use Orbender on Elma to get rid of that orb as fast as possible, so we only use 4 specials in this chain attacks in the next phase, because PewDiePie won't be able to attack again. I use Patroka here for the fast level 1, and 3 hits of damage cap. And the last thing I'm going to need to do here is just finish this off with Telos, which is going to give me just enough damage to finish him off on easy mode. Now since I was the last special in the chain attack, I'm going to lose a little bit of time here compared to normal because I have to catch the weapon and dequip it before pausing, so that's about 5 seconds lost, but it's still in 1:45, which is a really good time for easy mode. Really happy with this. There might be a little bit of improvement potential on this, but I'm not quite sure. So the final time I have for you today is something that might get its own video in the future, but I didn't think this specific time was worthy of it. To MK Eric on normal mode, Mark 8, something like that, I don't quite know. But it takes advantage of this glitch that causes Nitro to blow himself up early in Phase 2 here, which normally you just have to wait the full minute 30 no matter what, which limits the strategies that you can really use here. But getting him to blow up early, I was able to save 4 seconds of time. But there's a lot more time saved for this in the future, because I use Cosmos on Rex here, which is normally not what I do, because it loses time. But considering the fact that I was able to get Nitro to blow up early, that was really the only strategy I had available to me. I'm sure if I can figure out a more consistent way to do this in the future, then I'll be able to use a better strategy here. But essentially, using Orb Master, if you set up an orb on Nitro, he has a chance of activating self-destruct early according to the code. It's really weird, so you can see he activates it early here. From what the code says, basically he just has a chance of activating it if you set up an orb on him. It'll like decrease the cooldown of one of his arts randomly, and we got lucky there. He explodes early, so we're able to start Phase 3 a lot earlier. Instead of 140, we're starting it at 108. So that's not too bad, and since I have Cosmos on Rex, my goal here is to just use my level 2 as fast as possible, so I'm going to try to do that as easily as I can here. Once I get the level 2 set up, I'm able to use it to kill all of them as fast as possible, and we're able to start... Well, one stays alive, I guess. I got unlucky there. So you can see there's already a lot of time save and potential here. The reason I didn't want to redo it is because it took forever just to get a run where Nitro self-destructed early, and I just wanted to get a new time up there and show off this strategy. But I'll likely try to improve this in the future for sure. And this phase is also a lot slower than normal because I have Cosmos on Rex, and because of that, I have to wait a certain amount of time. So the enemies on either side of this, they don't aggro Rex until like a certain amount of time after the phase starts. And the way AoE works in this game is that it won't actually hit those enemies, like Cosmos' level 2 won't actually hit them unless they're aggroed onto Rex. I don't know why this is, but essentially we have to time the chain attack to where they aggro Rex right when I'm using Cosmos' level 2. Now in the past I had Cosmos on my third driver here, so I could save as much time as possible in this chain attack. And it's possible I could try to employ some Orbinger strats here to set this up in a way where I only have to use 4 specials in the future in this chain attack, but for now I wasn't really all that worried about it. I needed to use Cosmos level 2 there to kill the robots, because they have a lot of health, and that's really the most efficient way to do it. But luckily we're still going to be ahead of ourselves going into Phase 5 because of the early explosion by Nitro, so I'm able to still save a lot of time in that section. So the last thing we gotta do is kill True Rosa. She has a lot of health, of course, 32 million about, but she's not really that bad to deal with. So, here's True Rosa. Like I said, it's just going to be a big chain attack to kill her as fast as possible. So I get my Orb Master Blade out, I try to set up the chain attack as fast as possible. I get all the party meter I need thanks to Crystal Earrings. And from here, it's just a matter of doing the chain attack and doing as much damage as I can. So, Tora luckily is going to break instantly here. And then we're going to use Fiora, I believe, here, because she has the fastest level 1, and she's also going to be using level 2, so we want to start stacking up the critical multiplier. Elma's level 2 is really going to save a lot of time here, as usual, because it does a lot of damage when you're behind the enemy, so that's always very nice. Cutie Pie level 2 is a little bit slow, but luckily she's able to do all the damage we really need here, so that's nice. And Fiora's going to finish it off. It's likely I probably could plan this chain attack slightly better given the extra damage I had, but we'll figure out how to do that in the future. So Rosa goes down at 316, I'm able to pause my game at 318, which is a new record, even despite how sloppy it might have looked. But we can try to get a better time here in the future. I just wanted to get a new time up for now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these challenges. I just listened back to a lot of the commentary. It seems my mic's been having a little bit of issues lately, and that affected the video somewhat. So I'm sorry for all the popping noises that you might have heard throughout the video. I'm going to try to fix that for future videos, so I apologize once again about that. Here's just proof that I've gotten these times. And that should about cover everything I wanted to show off here today, so thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day. And look forward to a lot more challenge mode videos within the next week. I have a lot of cool things I want to show off.